A tiny little village sits snug in the rolling greens in the peaceful valley of Sideman. A place where time seems to slow down tenfold and your feet can take you everywhere you need to go. A happy day out, walking in the summer sun through the lazy alleyways, noticing the little things. Savoring this slowly is the only way to do it.
Alright guys, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to Bali once again, and today we are in the Sideman Valley. Sideman Valley is a place that doesn't make it into a lot of tourist checklists, but then it's been gaining popularity in the last few years. It's very high when it comes to the rating on charm, and it's an amazing place if you want to experience the Balinese culture in its rawest form. Basically, it's Ubered without tourists. Pooja and I came here yesterday and we almost immediately fell in love with this place. The people are friendly, the animals are kind, the village itself is very welcoming. And this morning has been beautiful again. It's been a very wet and green morning, very typical for a tropical place like this. And we don't complain at all because it reminds us of the Western Ghats back home, right? And how did we spend the morning? Pooja was chilling, reading her book. I was chilling while doing nothing. And now we're just waiting for some good breakfast from our hosts. And then after that, maybe take a stroll and do what we do the best. Chill and walk around. Hello.
Hello, you can come to take picture. Where you come from?
India.
Oh, India.
Yeah.
So we walked out of our Airbnb and came a little bit further, and we're out in the farms of Sideman right now. The sun is up and out. It turns hot pretty fast here in Bali after the sunrise, and we've forgotten our hats, so that's a pointer for us to remember the next time. We've stopped by this shrine, and Shravan and I keep noticing these shrines scattered everywhere, like around farms and the streets. Like even in Ubud we saw a lot of them. Turns out these shrines are places where the Balinese make their offerings every day, and this is usually to keep harmony within whatever entity they are praying to. So you pray to the gods and you also make offerings to the not so good spirits so that you can keep harmony overall. So as a culture, they really believe in peace and harmony more than anything else, and that you do need the opposites to coexist.
So around all these shrines that you see in Bali, right, you have this conical sort of a structure on top of the shrines. Okay, apparently it's called as a tadung. The color of the tadung is governed by what god you're praying. For example, we heard from some people yesterday that if it's Brahma, it's red. If it's Shiva, it's white, and it's black if it's Vishnu. Sometimes it's going to be black and white if you have two gods there. And this one's yellow. Unfortunately, I have no idea what yellow is for. Then yeah, random piece of trivia, man.
They are like these pink flowers. You also find them in certain other colors like red. This flower is very special for the Balinese people. It's called Pachar Galu here in the local language, and it's essentially their everyday flower. Because the Balinese make offerings every day, they need flowers for it every day, and this flower is just perfect for it.
You also refer your girlfriend as Pachar Galu.
Supposedly, you also call your girlfriend, because she's so precious, as Pachar Galu.
were actually in the same farm yesterday and we were roaming around, and one of the villagers told us that this sort of a makeshift shed that you see is basically to get some cover if it starts raining. And right now it's not raining, but it's super sunny. We thought of getting into this place and then get some shade for 2 minutes and then continue with our walk.
In front of this structure, which is called as the Bali Khoo. I hope I'm saying this right, but it effectively translates to a Balinese bell. Ideally, when they sound the bell, it's a call for the townspeople to assemble, come together. Usually, it would be a ceremony where everybody has to participate. We've been noticing all these motifs, like all these symbols, and we've been trying to decode it with whatever little we know. It's likely that this is probably a scene from the Ramayana. Maybe this is Hanuman and these are all monkeys. Also there, what you see is Lord Ganesha.
Oh yeah.
We are in a traditional Balinese village in the Sideman Valley, and this village is like a small settlement which is kind of wedged between a river and the farmlands. As we walk through the village, we cannot help but notice the slow, idyllic pace of life. Everywhere you have, signs of it showing. You have like children running on the streets playing, older folks who are lounging around, sitting in groups and chit-chatting. And it seems like things seem to take their own time. People are living a very slow life, but it's very content. The one thing that you cannot help but notice is how devout the Balinese as a people are. And this translates across their homes as well. So every home has a home temple where they worship their gods, and they also make offerings to their ancestors every day. And the temple has different spaces for different gods and their ancestors as well. You have like these, conical structures on top of the temples. I was curious as to what it's made of because it didn't look like anything we've seen before. Turns out it's made from the shoot hairs of a palm tree, and it's also really expensive, but with good reason, because once you build this, it stays intact for almost 15 years and it braves all the weather, the rain and the heat and everything. So it's a lot better compared to your coconut tree. We've walked through the village and it's starting to drizzle a little bit, and we're also getting a bit peckish. So we might just head back for lunch and then come back to see the rest of the environment or surrounding.
Back to our Airbnb to have some good old nasi goreng and mee goreng. I've got absolutely addicted to this fried rice. This is the third time in a row, right? Yesterday's lunch, yesterday's dinner. today's lunch, and most probably today's dinner also is going to be the exact same thing. I don't seem to get tired of this. But that's also me. I don't try new things. I just like one thing and I keep going at it. Okay, we just had a heavy meal out here. Now the plan is to get back to our village exploration. Most probably we'll be going to these nice little streams which are next to the villages and the farms that we were looking at in the morning, and see if we can get into the water. We just knew that there's a stream right next to the river, and we kind of tried to follow the sound of the stream, and then we got to this place and we see that the village is actually on top of a cliff, and we have to kind of go down that way to get to the river. We are able to see the river from here, but we have no idea how we're going to cross the river. You got to see this. There's a very interesting little bridge to cross the river.
My dear, everything moves so fast. It all moves so fast these days.
I think we're getting deeper and deeper into the farm territory now after crossing the river. So, and I'm not sure if we're supposed to be here, but till somebody stops us, we're going to go ahead.
Time to sleep. Just for tonight.
Is it opening?
We can tiptoe and slip outside before he wakes the morning's light.
Cold.
Good, good. Good cold.
So fresh, man. So damn fresh. Left our clothes and shoes on the shore, and we got into the water. But unfortunately, there's a bit of an ant infestation, and all our socks and shoes and then clothes and towels have a bunch of ants on them. So we're trying to get rid of them right now. Okay, it's about 5 p.m. in the evening, and we spent the last half an hour just chilling in this stream. We had to cross a lot of these bamboo bridges to come to these streams. And these bridges are pretty old school, yeah, they're very rickety. And initially me and Pooja went all Rambo on it, but then some of the villagers stopped us and told us that, you know, you're supposed to do it one at a time because they're only designed to hold one person at a time. So that was a good lesson learned. We also learned from some of the villagers in the morning that these streams actually originate from Mount Agong, and they bring in a lot of that volcanic goodness, which serves as a lifeline for all these farms. And it kind of explains why these lands are so fertile. The best part of this evening has been the sounds, right? The sound of the river, the sound of these birds chirping, the greens around us. It's pretty much live ASMR, right? And who needs therapy, man? You've got therapy right here.
So we've come to the end of our walk here at Sideman, and as the sun sets, we are just stepping into a rice field. What better way to end the day, right? Like, this is what Sideman is best known for, its rice terraces, and all around us what we can see is just paddy green, like these fields just stretching out endlessly in every direction, and boy, it's such a visual treat. What we've come to understand in our short time here is that the community here really depends on their land, right? It's largely an agrarian community. There's not much industry here apart from tourism. And so it's important that the people continue to nurture the land. They have all the means to do that. They have like this rich soil nourished by volcan ash, and they have a good source of water nearby. And as long as they have the will to till, they can keep this going and keep this tradition alive. It's important that they balance out the agriculture with good enough tourism so that they can keep it going and not give the land over to like these hotels and resort chains which can destroy their land.
Alright guys, I think we are in that part of the episode where we'll have to say tata bye bye. If you have stuck around till here, then boy, you must have really loved what we're doing. So please do consider pressing the subscribe button if you like the content that we've created. It would mean the world for us. Until the next episode, see you. Bye-bye.